Pregame.com.
Welcome back to Pregame.tv. I'm your host, Marco D'Angelo. This is the class clown, Ken Thomson. One day, I'm telling you, we're going to get that little camera. You're going to see what he does in between takes. I got to put up with it every single week. He never gets old for him. What a guy.
The password is
meanwhile,
ADD.
I'm saying, and memo to RJ Bell if he's watching the videos this week. Please get the air conditioner guy in here soon because your fat, bald guy is sweating with the suit and tie on. Let me tell you.
Didn't you get the memo? RJ said, don't worry about it. Don't wear a jacket.
No, didn't get it. Didn't get it.
All right.
So
maybe
apparently
some of us he wants to wear a jacket.
Okay, yeah. Guess he wants me to have the human sauna. So, all right, and we're taping earlier than we normally do too. So we're right in the middle of the the sunshine heat day. Speaking of sunshine and heat, there hasn't been too much sunshine on the Oklahoma City Thunder so far. First two games of the series.
Wow. I mean, domination. They've been hit by lightning. I mean, big time. They're in a lot of trouble, and they can't just blame it on Ibaka because it doesn't matter if he was playing or not. They're getting their butts kicked.
Yeah. Let's not sugarcoat it. This is YouTube. We can say it. They got their asses kicked.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
That was ugly.
It wasn't. I watched the game yesterday, and I watched it till halftime in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and I couldn't take any more at that point because when you they start the game, San Antonio, 16 of the first 20 points they scored are in the paint. Mm-hmm. So nothing changed from game one. They didn't do any adjustments.
But OKC grabs a 2-point lead after the first quarter, so you're thinking, hey, we got a game.
Well, what they were doing in that, the first half of this second quarter, they were going up and down the floor. They were letting, they're the more athletic team than the Spurs, and they were using that to their advantage. But then when you have the mental lapses that they had defensively, guys getting the wide open 3-point looks, and then guys driving the lane, it's like they didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't know if, Parker Ginobili's going to go ahead and take it right to the rack, or they're going to kick it out and the guy's wide open for the three. I mean, they were flat-footed looking around, and the Spurs, that was probably the most embarrassing NBA playoff game I saw for a team with as much talent as Oklahoma City has.
Discipline. I mean, you see the veteran leadership on this team. This team has won with Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan. 111 playoff games. That is mind-boggling. I mean, OKC, they've got the talent with Westbrook and Durant. We know if they ever kept Harden, this team would have been a force. But they are lacking. They don't have that third guy. Some nights Reggie Jackson, some nights it was Ibaka before he got hurt. But again, Cephalosha, where the hell is that guy? You don't even know that guy's even getting minutes. That's how bad he's playing. They have no consistency. And for Westbrook and Durant both to get 15 points, I mean, there were like 13 of 40 or whatever between them.
It was horrible shooting performance by those two. Yeah. I look at this one and, you look at it, you watch the first two games, there's just no way that you can look at it and say, how can I bet Oklahoma City? They've got no answer for San Antonio. But we've seen teams look ugly and come back. This is a team that's got a load of talent. I mean, when you've got two guys that can put up 40 points in a heartbeat, either one, Westbrook or Durant, and you can have the night where the two of them, can go off for 35 apiece, they can keep you in a ball game. It's a must-win situation. That goes without saying.
Let me ask you something. What did you make the line at the end of that game? So I made it a pick'em, and I made it at 204.5, and it came out Oklahoma City 2 and 208.
Yeah, I thought pick'em 1 point, and I wouldn't have been surprised either way with the 1 point.
Right.
Okay. But when it came out at 2, Oklahoma City, I said, wow. As bad as they've looked, they're still putting them at the 2-point favorite, knowing that there's going to be a lot of people, the sharps, that are going to say, this is going back home. We know how hard it is, to just sweep teams. And I'll admit, when you see a sweep in an NBA playoff series, I had a bad round. There's not going to be any question because I do like the zigzag. I like to pick my spots with the zigzag, whether it's a zigzag on the side or the total. Now, when I was on your show Monday night, I told you I'm not getting involved in the game, but I think the play is Miami, but I don't trust them. But I said if Miami's going to win the game, the thing they got to fix from the last game was Indiana got too many easy points. Mm-hmm. And what did happen? Miami came out and played lockdown defense, which they're not known as the defensive team. In this series, the defensive team's supposed to be Indiana, and we gave the under out on your show. That was an easy winner. I didn't get involved in the total or in the game, but I used the total. Here, I am going to get involved in the game. Could be the last time I get involved in this series.
Right.
So kind of tipping my hand where we're going, but why don't you go ahead and...
All right, Marco D'Angelo, I'm interested in this one. This is your NBA play. Let's make it official.
All right, guys, you've heard me say it once. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. No team is ever as bad as their worst game, nor are they as good as their best game. Obviously, we saw both ends of that spectrum last night, Wednesday night. We're taping here on Thursday. The San Antonio Spurs, I don't think they could possibly play any better than they played in Game 2. You got Danny Green hitting 7 of 10 from three-point range. You've got Oklahoma City just absolutely horrid. Two stats that stuck out from in that game for me. First off, the Thunder only got to the line 10 times in the game. Guys, if you're only getting to the line 10 times, that means you are not penetrating. You are settling for too many outside jumpers, and they shot 23 pointers. They only hit 2. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care what injuries you have. If you have a game plan like that and you're not shooting well, you're going to get beat by anybody in the NBA. You've got to use their athletic ability and drive the floor. You've got to make the Spurs work here. You've got the more talented team off with athleticism where the Spurs will beat you with smartness. And I know they have looked phenomenal so far, and they look like they should sweep this series, and everybody is giving them the sweep. But remember, 2 years ago, San Antonio was in the same spot. They ended the regular season on a winning streak. They swept the first 2 series of the playoffs to get to the Western Conference Finals and face Oklahoma City. They won the first 2 games at home and then went back to Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City won the next 4 games and knocked them out of the playoffs. We very easily could be looking at a possible 3-peat rematch between Oklahoma City and San Antonio and Miami in the NBA Finals. But I think Oklahoma City, this is their game. They've got to get it. The crowd will be crazy. And Scott Brooks got a couple extra days to go to the drawing board and try to make amends, come up with something different. And if you're San Antonio, what are you going to fix? Coach Popovich is the best in the game. I love him. But he's got nothing to tinker with because everything has worked. It's all on Brooks and to make some changes with the X's and O's. And I'll go ahead, and because Vegas set this line with San Antonio as a dog, to me, they're begging you to take San Antonio one more time. It'll be the last time, obviously, if they lose this one. But I got to look for Oklahoma City to get it done on Sunday, find a way to win. This team was too good all year. I know they miss Ibaka, no question about that. But I think they can still find a way to grab one of these in this series, and that would be Game 3.
Yeah, and they need guys, role players, Collison, Perkins. These guys need to box out. If you're not scoring, that's one thing. You've got scorers, like you said, with Westbrook and Durant and Reggie Jackson, a couple other guys that can contribute. But you've got a box out Splitter and Duncan. They're making it too easy for them.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed the videos as usual. We'll be back next week. We'll be in here on Thursday. We'll be taping again. Check out the Tuesday crew. They'll have their videos up early in the week. And
have a great Memorial Day weekend. You get that extra day off. And I'll be down in Phoenix, actually, enjoying a little extracurricular activity with the girl.
All right. No radio show Monday?
Not for me. I've got they've got a substitute in there to give me a little, holidays. You move to a national show, and sometimes you get holidays off. Fringe
Does that mean
benefits.
Marco gets a holiday too?
That's right. Marco D'Angelo's off. I forgot to tell
Great
you.
news.
You'd have been in there for no apparent reason.
I'll be sitting there. Hey, where's my free dessert?
Where's the tab? You'd have run that tab up, no problem.
All right, he's Ken Thomson. I'm Marco D'Angelo. Have a great and safe Memorial Day. Enjoy yourself, but don't drink and drive, guys. You know the rules, as Ken Thomson says every night on his show.
There you go.
I listen, buddy.
I know you do.
All right, that's it. We'll be back next week. Pregame.tv.